headed into Hanoi on the night bus, and it was not a very good sleep. But that's just because I'm really tall, I think. And now we're hopping on another bus to the coastal. I don't know what the town is called, and then Katoi. Yeah.
Charge me? I do learn. Not gonna get hit. I do learn, but sometimes.
You love it? That's why when you're by yourself.
Well, normally you stay at Bangkok with the kids. It's quite nice to stay there. Where'd they go? Okay, I'm losing all my limbs now. That's one hungry fish, that's him.
He's cheating. No pee.
Con lên đi hoài bánh.
Still.
Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, so I feel bad, and I know I said I would do everyday vlogs, but I just can't. Okay, it's a different experience being in a hostel. I mean, if I'm hoteling it or I'm places very secluded, then obviously I will, but here I won't, because it's impossible. I meet too many people, and it's just like a constant, like, trying to build that quick friendship, get that new, like, connection going. And if you've always talking to a camera, then you're not going to build that connection as fast as you could without the camera. So the whole thing is that when you're in a hostel, you want to make friends. You don't want to be always on your camera. But when I'm going out solo, I will do more, trust me. So that being said, sorry again, and now to fill you in on what happened in the last couple days. So in the last couple days, it's been like 6 or 7. So in those days, I went to the island. You saw like some footage of me like going to the island, hopefully. I looked on my laptop, I couldn't see it, but I didn't honestly go searching for it too in-depthly. So we'll check it out again and see if I can find it. We went to the island, Koh Tao. Me and Jonas went and met up with James and Maddie. And when we got there, Maddie and James were staying in a bungalow, and so we just rented scooters right off the bat. Never drove a scooter in my life, but we rented them and we took off. And we did good for the first day. Like, the first day was alright, except for we went to a beach. Sorry if the camera's all bothered. I'm trying to, well, you always gotta pay attention to where you're going and what you're doing, because there's like random wet spots and just like random things that come up, so you just gotta be very wary. We went down to the beach, like I said, and went out for a swim and cut my toes on the reef just a little bit, like the coral, so I didn't want to stay in there just in case, like, you know, sharks and blood It's not a very good idea. So I got out and was like, okay, I'm gonna just get out and chill. And so while I was chilling, I walked along the rocks with my sandals on, and my sandals aren't the ones that you put in between your toes. They're the ones that like your toes just like go in like a glove. Not the toe shoes, those are different ones. Let me just see where I'm at here. I think it could be that way. Let's just go this way. So that one's like you go fit like a glove, right? And I was walking and my foot like fell out to the side of it. And you saw the guy. And it like rolled down into a crack and cut my toe open. I like pulled it out and there was just a puddle of blood everywhere. And so I was like, oh fuck, great, right? I just cut my toe in Thailand. What am I doing with my life? So I'm just standing on the rock. Maddie, James, and Jonas are just out there swimming, hanging out, and James finally like makes eye contact with me, so I wave him over, and he thinks I'm just saying like, let's go. So anyways, sorry, the battery died. I didn't know where I left off really, so yeah, they ended up finally coming over, and I was like, I cut myself. And he's like, oh, how bad? I was like, I'm probably gonna need stitches. And he's like, oh, really? And so then we waved over the Thai guy that was standing there, and he came over and saw the foot, so he went and got what little first aid packs he had. And we went, and Maddie, God save, she's a nurse, so she like wrapped me up right there. Didn't stitch me up, but wrapped me up. And when she did that, it stopped the bleeding like immediately, and it was good. Yeah, it stopped the bleeding immediately, and we had like a hike up a mountain to get back to our mopeds. And then once we got to the mopeds, it was like a 20-minute bike ride through like dirt and rough roads, and then tried to find the clinic. We found the clinic, so we drove to the clinic that we thought it was, but it turned out to be the clinic for Thai people instead of like tourists. So then we couldn't go in there. She was like, oh no, you're not Thai, like you've never been here, can't come here. So we're like, great, whatever. So we ended up asking her where to go. She told us, oh, it's just up the street and to the right. So we went up the street to the right, found the clinic. We walked in, they cleaned it up. That's all they did was like peel back the skin that was loose and pull all that little coral and stuff that was out. There's quite a bit still left in there. Like Maddie, I thought did a really good job, but I thought like it was, all the coral was gone, but none of the, like there's still a lot of coral in there. Sorry, I'm just looking for a bank right now. So then after she pulled out the coral, we, oh, is this it? I'm so good. After she pulled out the coral, they just bandaged me up, no stitches. I was like, yes, no stitches, right? So we go back to the bungalow because I just wanted to like chill now, and we went back, and I was like, I need to buy new sandals. One thing I do notice is that the banks just, I don't know, ATMs don't like my card, so it like takes me forever to pull out money, and sometimes I can't even pull out money. So I don't know what's going on right now, but I have like less than $0. And yeah, my card's not working, so fuck it. I'll figure it out. Try another ATM maybe. So yeah, we went back to the bungalow, and I was like, I'm just gonna chill, and I'll buy some shoes and some new flip-flops because my flip-flops are just covered in blood, and then I will buy a new shirt too, because I only brought like one muscle shirt, so the muscle shirt doesn't really do much. So I went and bought a new shirt and bought some new shoes, and I was happy because they were like diesel flip-flops, and I'm wearing them right now. And I guess walking with them made my toe bleed again, and so it opened it up, and there's just pools of blood in my shoe, my brand new shoes, pools of blood all over their deck, and like it was so much blood that it was crazy. Like, I don't know, Maddie was even like, you're gonna bleed out if you don't get stitches. And so I went back to the hospital. First trip there was 400 baht. That's like 250 baht is 10 bucks Canadian. So you can do the math on that. And then I went back for the stitches, and a new doctor came in. She spoke pretty good English and she knew what was going on. She's like, hey, we're gonna have to give you stitches. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I got 3 stitches my first day on Koh Tao Island. This is Jared from the future. I will not discuss where I am, but I will tell you that I missed a piece. So I'm cutting in right here. Okay, so what happened after I cut my toe open is the next day we were riding mopeds around, and we wanted to go see the sunset, and we saw this little trail that went up to the top of this like tall mountain. So we decided, let's go do it. So we drove up this trail, and at one point, swear to God, it was like that elevation, but I was in first, so I was just bombing it. I was like, bah, up there with my moped. And then I got to a point where it went further than that. It was like, I swear, it stopped my moped, like dead in its tracks. And so I couldn't really do much about that. So what happened was, when I stopped, I held the brakes, and then I talked to Jonas, and Jonas was behind me, and Jonas was saying that Maddie fell over. So we looked behind, and Maddie was just standing there, and her knee was cut open, and there was blood everywhere. So in 2 days we've done that toe and that knee. Me and her were pretty proud of. We gave each other high fives, and then we made it down the mountain. She was kind of iffy to drive, so we went and watched the sunset from the safe area, and then we were driving away, and all the Chinese people were like looking at her and watching her drive away. So I decided to be a jackass and rev that engine of the scooter and hold the brake and then let go of the brake, and I went flying into a wall. So after that we decided, okay, it's time to get really drunk. So we went out and well, actually we bought a bottle, played indoors, and then the whole hostel ended up joining us in our like dorm room, because we had a private dorm room.
Pass it on. What's this chick doing? You gotta drink just for that.
And that's where I met the English fellas. And after that, we just partied for like, I was up for 2 days. And after those 2 days, or on that second day, I was traveling back, and I was traveling back with the Jay, Amy, and Jade. And we traveled to Bangkok together, and then I split ways. So I went into 7-Eleven, bought some microwave burgers and A&W root beer. A&W root beer. I don't know why it's out here, but fucking thank God, I love it. Other than that, I'm back at my hostel now, in Bangkok just for a day, and now I'm headed to Chiang Mai, because my stitches, I just couldn't swim, couldn't do much, so I just said, nah. Oh, that sounds wonderful. That's a car. So I will talk to you guys soon, hopefully.